How's everybody doing? It's Gregory Patrick here at New England's Rare Fishery. We've had a fun week. I hope you guys checked out my last video where we adopted a huge group of life bearers, and we also got a crebensis and a Siamese algae eater that day, and it's been really cool. First I had to acclimate them in their own tanks, and that's why it's taken about a week to get this video out. Every other day, putting in a couple fish here, a couple fish there, different species at a time, 6 or so. And, everyone came with a water change and drip acclimation. So, is what it is. I didn't want to bog the video down. I wanted to show you guys a feeding frenzy. Look at what we're at right now. Oh, my God. Look how beautiful this is. This is them, actually picking off of pleco wafers and shrimp tablets, too. So, how did we get here is a good question. This is a real fun time, man. We did it by hand, as you can see. But here's some group of guppies. I actually started with the swordtails first. Like I said, I didn't want to show you every group of 6 that probably take all day. But took in, mostly the males, and they're gorgeous. I mean, most of them almost look like they have a red dragon sort of orientation on their own. They all have veil tails instead of delta and a few things like that. Different features, but they're all gorgeous, let me tell you. I left most of the females in the 55-gallon because a few of them are spawning. I'd say just about every one of them is about to spawn. They were living in a community tank and had the run of it. But look at what we got out of the guppies and the swordtails alone. This isn't even all of them. This is just sort of halfway through the process. I took this quick video just to show you where we're at. And as you can see, there's a couple angels in there. I'll talk about them real quick in this video too. I'll give you a couple tricks if you're breeding them and you're looking to pair them up and stuff like that. But it's just gorgeous. Look at all the color, Zoom in and see really the guppies, though. I mean, I'll tell you, I think I have to turn my fish room into a camera studio. I guess that's just where we're at. But this tank is getting busy, and it's almost at every, well, actually, almost. It's at every single level. It's a 55 long. So with the rainbow shark, and we have a gourami in there, and tons of cool stuff like that. Random life bearers here and there. All these tetras. But so the middle's taken up well, the bottom's taken up, the crebensis in there. We'll show you what happens here. Let's get to the crebenza actually. See where he was. He was hiding. This is where his life was at. This is in the 55 where I first put him. He was only in there for a few days, but his life was boring. I can tell you that. But peekaboo, look at we're coming for you. But hey, he is. Look at that beautiful fish. This is a gorgeous fish, and I am super happy. We switched to the second unit cameraman. He's very proud to have contributed to the video. And I want to say, even in these trying times, you can still take the kids fishing if you got the right setup. We're having a good time with this community tank, though. This is more or less for them, It's not a breeding tank. It's nothing like that. It's for the community at large, too. It's, like I said, mostly fish I take in now. We have a few that we purchased at the store long time ago. And, as tanks like this go, if you have small life bearers and nanos, they live about 2 years, 3 years, depending on a few things, whether they're breeding, all the temperature. But look at this guy trying to get out. This is a crebenza. This is a totally different animal. He's going to be around here for a good long time. And I figure at the end of the day, it's going to be him and the rainbow shark. It's going to be their tank. We'll see. I can't wait till it goes. But like you see, like I said, neon's here. There used to be a big school, and I'll tell you, if there's anybody out there with schools of these kinds of tetras, I'd love to give you some guppies or swordtails or endlers or anything you're looking at, just to make sure my schools are happy. It's just one of those things that's all supposed to be sort of an organic growth kind of process. But there he is, as you can see. I just pointed him out just to make sure everyone was clear where we're looking at the crebenza in his new home. He darted right in there, and I'm super happy that little cave is really a great size for him. He's supposed to be full grown. I don't know if he's going to get too much bigger anyway, but look at him poking out. This is just day one. This is right what he did, and I had no competition for that place. The rainbow shark and the gourami are in different spots, so worked out perfectly. I'm so happy. But look how well he blends in, with those bright orange fins and next to my angel fish. Just awesome. I feel so lucky to have him. It's just, and again, this came as an adoption, so how perfect is that? Of course he goes back in there, but I want to show you he is sparring out, like I said in the first community tank video, that gourami is a big pit bull. He doesn't look like an ordinary gourami. He's missing half his fins because he's pretty much been sparring his whole life before he got into this situation, and he really doesn't know how to chill. So he's not dangerous, though, especially to that huge crebenza. And look, he's gone. he's in that barrel. Like, none of these bottom decorations or ornaments, what do you call them, are very rare. Like, you can see that's actually just, you know, a natural freshwater clam that, you know, me and my kids were actually due to go out to a camping trip down by the river and bring in all sorts of cool stuff from, you know, native New Hampshire stuff. But he comes out, and day one, he got a little beef from the gourami. As you can see, that guy, he was territorial in the sense, like, just showing who's boss. And did the same thing to the rainbow shark. No damage done, though. He's really not after him. You know, I don't know, just being that guy sort of waits outside. He doesn't go in and chase him around, so there's no huge stress. And there's a million other things that he can go and try and chase around. But, you know, like I said, with his fins being so nipped and he even's missing his whiskers, he, you know, can't do a whole lot of damage to anybody. So he's in a good spot for where he's, you know, got to be. And no one's picking on him, obviously. So his life has turned out better. And, you know, Crebenza's still in there. You can see him just a little bit. But I love this tank now more than ever. I tell you, this is amazing. I mean, maybe I'm not pushing my luck too much, but I want to give you guys another feeding, you know, segment here because hey, that's what we all want to see is but this is pretty much everybody. You know, Crebenza eats separately. I'll show you that in a minute. But they're all ready to eat. I turn the lights on, and this is in the morning, so they're all just like, where's the food at, man? But I just threw in some flakes for them out the top just to show you, you know, this tank now requires, you know, 4 different foods, which is fun. But I don't mind, actually, because I have so many tanks. I'm using all these jars of food on a regular basis. But look at them go, you know. They're all getting their fair share, though. I usually feed them in stages, too. Make sure the top, you know, all the aggressive ones that are really going to be stealing most of the fish, they get a small feeding first. And when that hits their belly, they're a little more sedated. So I can start feeding the smaller ones, and then the mid-level ones get theirs. And as you can see too, I even got some sunset platies. There's some calico platies in here. I have a variatus and a black platy in there too. And you know, so we're gonna see what happens here. Like, it's not necessarily a breeding tank, but you know, nature finds a way, life finds a way, as I always say, you know. But as you can see, those are some hard, dense, sinking pellets. Just so the Crebenza has it outside his little cave when he's feeling up for it. They'll be nice and soft, and he can shout out on those. It's like a, you know, kelp and shrimp and actual you know, fish protein, you know, fish meal, whatever. But it's you know, nothing. We don't do cheap food around here. There's just too many fish. We all clean everything by hand too, so it'd make too much of a mess. But and that's why we all do it in stages too. And you know, everybody gets their fair share. Nobody overeats, and then it's not too much waste, and the balance gets all screwy, you know. But yeah, I love this community tank. I want to know what you guys think. Is it too full? Is it full enough? You know, it's getting bigger. You know, these angelfish, the rainbow shark, the Crebensis is in there now. So, you know, I don't know. It's slowly not a nano tank anymore. But with all those guppies, we're always going to have that going. And like I said, I love the 3-layer effect of the bottom dwellers in their caves, and then the mid-level tetras, and now all these guppies. And those angelfish are all over. They do what they want. And yeah, just so you know, that was like the most aggressive angelfish I had and the least aggressive angelfish I had. The reason they're in the community tank now, real quick, is actually putting them together with all those other guys, melding them out really well. Gave them something to bond over, like, hey, we're the only angelfish. And since there's no fighting back, the aggressive one mellowed right out. So we're doing really great, and I think I'm just going to leave them in there, like I said, and I probably won't breed them out. But this has been a fun video. I hope everybody had a good time, you know. Share it around. Anybody likes this kind of stuff. And, you know, if you're out there putting your community tank out, I would love to see your YouTube videos. So comment, and, yeah.